Kia ora everyone, my name is Mark Kelly. Welcome to the Northland Artist Conversation. It's 2026. Thank you guys for joining us again this year. We are having an absolute blast so far. Hope you are too. I am your host, your guide, and I don't know where it came from. It came from years ago, but I'm also your Sherpa. I am your, you guys, Sir Edmund Hillary, and I'm Tetsing. But that is also a great privilege and honour that I accept, and I wear that mantle proudly. The podcast that we've got cracking for you guys. We actually got Andrew McKenzie back the second time. I wanted to sit down with him because we've had him on the podcast before. He was one of the original creators of the podcast, but it was also nice just kind of catch up and see where he's at, what's been going on, what's been happening creatively, and what he's got coming up. And man, he's got some really, really, really cool stuff coming up. So I'm going to flick to my wide camera. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe to all the YouTube and Facebook and the Spotify things that you do. We really appreciate it. If you're wanting to find us, just honestly open a web browser and type Northland Artists Conversation and you'll find us. That's it. You'll also probably find a really old photo of Andrew and I from when we first launched the podcast. I was a few kilos lighter. Andrew was definitely a lot more handsome. So without further ado, I'm going to shut up and let's crack into this. Let's sit down and have a conversation with Andrew McKenzie. Hey, bro.
Kia ora.
Well, this is interesting. This is, we haven't done this in a while.
No.
I mean,
It will be interesting.
Last time you and I kind of sat down.
Yeah.
Was the first podcast that you did, and there's been a lot of time that's kind of passed.
I think I might have done two. I can't remember.
No,
Haven't I?
definitely just would have
Straight
done
up?
one. Yeah. I think Shane and Ash Ellis.
Yep.
At least the two guests that I can think of
That have doubled up.
that have done the deuce. Now, so
Start with a bang.
yeah, we're off and running. Now, sort of a brief catch up when we sort of talked about this. I think we were a year into doing the podcast.
Okay.
And it was a get to know Andrew and sort of like a lot of OBC conversation and stuff like that. And also, I think we talked about your school and stuff like that. Your challenges at Whangarei Boys High.
Oh yeah, that was good fun.
Yeah.
Fuck that place. I mean, lovely
same-sex
school.
schools, lovely.
Yeah.
But I mean, this time I kind of want to touch on a few different things because obviously, this is 3 years ago that we would have last talked.
Yeah. Okay.
Crazy, eh?
Yeah, because I can't even remember what I said in that last podcast.
I gathered.
It's a good gap.
But that's why
That's
it's
good.
cool. So I guess I would like to ask you first, what's changed in your life?
Fuck.
Let's start off with the one major.
Yeah, I got married.
You got married!
Two or 3 weeks ago. Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'll do a curtsy.
Yeah. Oh, the photos are stunning, dude.
They are. But
They
the year
look
and a half of stressing trying to plan a wedding was not. It was the furthest from stunning.
Well,
I just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
Liddy's in agreement with me, so.
Yeah. And Lily's your partner, right?
Yeah, she did most
now
of it
your
too.
wife.
Yeah, she's my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got the wedding ring and everything?
Oh yeah,
That's
got me.
very
I think
cool.
I can't really remember what I got, but I'm pretty sure it's a tungsten.
You got a man band.
Got a man band.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Now, because we did talk a little bit about Liddy in the podcast. We didn't really discuss that much, but
Yeah.
you guys have been together for a while, eh?
For an age.
And I know that with like creative people, you seldom talk about the other half.
Yeah.
And as a creative person,
Yeah.
the other half is usually the support, the rock
For
that kind of
sure.
holds things down.
For sure. Goes both ways, but
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like she she has really dominated the other half of my life.
Yeah.
Which is like, the kids and all that,
Yeah.
and keeping house. I work full time as well, and she doesn't. So
Yeah.
So we have a really good balance in our, I guess, relationship or our marriage,
Marriage.
now. Yeah. So it's quite cool. Like, but she does a lot of things herself. Like, she's studying to be a florist, and
Which is really cool.
yeah. She just kicked back into it. She starts. Well,
Good.
She had to wait for the marriage license to show up because there was an issue with her names now.
No.
So we had to. She was like sitting there yesterday, fretting about it.
Oh,
and then it showed up that evening. So
right.
it was all good.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And there, I think when we. So I was you graciously asked me to MC your wedding,
yes,
which I was very, very honoured to do.
No, it was awesome.
Only
you did a mean job.
one inappropriate joke.
Yeah, it carried right through. Yeah,
it did. It was great.
Yeah, have you heard of this guy named Albert?
Yes.
Oh, well, thanks for giving him all of the ammunition.
Absolutely.
In the world.
It was stunning.
Yeah. I'm gonna dox him. He lives at nah.
But one of the things that I sort of spoke about in the during the speeches, and also that I've talked about on the old 1978 podcast, is when we were shooting a short film.
Yes.
We were at your house.
Yeah.
And your wonderful wife kept all of the kids just out of the way, so we could do everything. So, really, an unsung hero.
Yeah.
Because you can go out and you can film and you can come and do this podcast, and then you can turn up and make music, and then you can go shoot a music video on Waitangi Day. And
I know I get a lot of freedom to pursue my creative stuff. But yeah. Like I say, it goes both ways. But I really do appreciate what she does. Like it's no doubt she holds a lot down for me. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, with the congratulations in mind, what's been happening creatively over the last couple of years?
Ooh.
I mean, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Because we work quite closely together, but what are the listeners and viewers? They might be like, what has this Lawrence been up to?
It's pretty much been a rebirth of OBC. Like, it's been a complete change in how we do things. And it's been sticking to a structure regardless. Like, we went through some horrible shit last year. But it's been sticking to that structure regardless, and kind of taking it easy on ourselves a bit.
Yeah.
Realizing that we're in a fucking different stage in our life.
You are.
Steve's got a kid. ATAC lives in Auckland now. He's pursuing work and money, you know. And I'm at home with 3 kids just trying to hold the ship together.
Yeah, and
so the circumstances have changed, and we've decided to fully adapt the way we do things. It still doesn't work very well, but it works enough.
Yeah.
Where I can get a steady stream of things going.
Yeah.
And the bros can stay well informed. Now, I try and take a lot off their plate. So
yeah. Now, you guys released new music for the first time in how long?
Yeah, no. 2021 was when Zero BC came out. So
great
2021
album.
to 2025. So good 4 years.
Yeah, wow.
4-year indeliberate hiatus.
But it's interesting. Like, now all your music can be found on
everywhere,
Spotify and all the major streaming platforms.
When I chuck it up on the distribution, I take everything that's free.
Good,
so
outstanding.
I'm not paying any more for people to listen on Deezer. I don't know what even is that.
Tidal. I don't know.
Imagine.
Yeah. But what is the difference if you sort of think about Zero BC versus what was the EP called? Crate.
Yeah.
What do you think are the two differences between the two albums? 4 years is kind of a long stretch. I mean, you're not an international touring band who is out on the road for 2 years with your latest album.
Yeah. There's no production tour lifestyle.
No, definitely not.
We're musicians and we stay home lifestyle.
Yeah.
We're largely internet based. So,
yeah.
I mean, the difference between Zero BC and Crate kind of threw back to the old OBC.
Okay.
The way we look, like Steve always says, Zero BC is like our most complete project. I kind of agree.
I will have to agree as well.
Yeah, and for me, it's purely because it ties itself together the whole way through.
Yeah.
But it also has some very dark and honest undertones. Like, not to say that our music now doesn't, but it was in that kind of lockdown period that was created. The COVID, the uncertainty, and the kind of shit. This has really rocked everyone's life.
Yeah.
How do we put that into words? And that's how a lot of the subject matter came through.
Yeah.
Was you had a lot of time to ruminate through those lockdowns. You had a lot of time to yourself.
Which wasn't necessarily good for some people.
No, I don't think so. I think isolation's pretty bad for a lot of people.
Yep, it can be, yeah.
And, but yeah, it's almost a commentary on that stage of our life. Because, I don't know, for us, I think for me and Steve, we're kind of in the same mindset on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like, we disagree, don't get me wrong. I disagree with ATAC too.
Yeah.
Daily. It's always an argument in the OVC message about how we approach everything. So, but like, we were very in tune with each other in terms of subject matter and songwriting. Like, even ATAC, as much as he's like, his name's ATAC, he writes battle raps.
He does.
But he can blend into our subject matter so well. And I think it just all culminated in that period, and that's what that became. But the new stuff, we've been free for 3 years, from COVID entirely, really. It kind of died down the end of 2022 from my memory. Like, it kind of fully disappeared.
Yeah.
The restrictions and whatnot.
Yeah,
and,
we're still getting resurges every now and then, but people are like, it's just a cold.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, once it kind of died down, I think 2022-23 was a difficult time for me personally, because we took on young Victor.
Yes.
My wife's dad died.
There you go.
So he had a 5-year-old son that we took on.
Yeah.
And we're raising him like our own, and there was a major adjustment period that year, not only from the fallout from what happened, but trying to adjust to life with Victor, who squeezes age-wise directly in between both my kids.
Right.
And it kind of rocks the ship a bit. So there was a lot of steadying the ship. Not to say that anything's stabilized now. Families are difficult at the best of times. And
but you've
I've got two neurodiverse boys.
Yes.
So
and I guess it's different because with Victor kind of coming in, it's not like you've raised him from scratch.
No.
It's like, welcome to the family.
Yeah.
And now we've got to get to know you.
Because, to be fair, like, he didn't really know Liddy even.
Yeah.
Liddy's dad lived in Helensville, so...
Oh, wow.
It's quite a long drive, actually, to get there.
2 hours.
People underestimate it.
2 hours to Helensville.
So, like, we could only go down there when it lined up.
Yeah.
He was working on a charter boat of his own.
Right, yeah.
And so he was doing 12 to 15-hour shifts a day.
Yeah.
For nearly 6 to 7 days a week. So, time with that side of the family was a little bit scarce to begin with. So to take on Victor was, we'd talked about it. Like, Wayne wasn't a spring chicken.
No.
He was nearly 60. Or I think he was 60 when he passed away. But, he talked about us looking after Victor in the event he did pass.
Yeah.
We just expected it to be like when he was like 15 or 20.
Right,
helping him out. So raising him as one of our own was a whole curveball we didn't expect. So, but we've taken that on, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
To make sure that he's safe, secure, and getting the upbringing he deserves. I would rather
stability for him as
Sure,
well.
yeah, because we've already got our family routine. We're very family oriented. We don't do much without each other. Yeah. Apart from me doing music and film, but and
podcasts. Music videos.
So it kind of
worked.
It worked out well, but it still had its adjustment period, and then that whole time Steve was having a kid of his own.
Yes, he became a dad. Yeah.
He's got a beautiful little daughter, and ATAC was being ATAC somewhere.
Yeah,
he won't mind me saying that. I don't know what he gets up to be fair, but and he's always the one that brings it back.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've told you that, but he's always the one that goes, "What the fuck are we doing?"
Right, he
comes back and goes, "I've got this idea. Let's revive this shit. Let's go. go." And so he's kind of like the starter motor for OBC, really.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why he's such a valued part of it all. But we were kind of all over the place for a long time, and then I guess when we came back together, that was the music we wanted to make.
So what brought you guys back together? I mean, you have. If I remember from the last podcast, you kind of had like periods of time where you were like really writing a lot, and you were putting a lot of music out, and then there were like there'd be like gaps, then you got to 0 BC, and then you had like another 4-year gap. But what actually brought you guys back together and went, you know what, we should really write again?
Yeah, we should really give this a good nudge.
Yeah,
because it would be a shame to just let it go as is. Yeah. That probably was the reason. That was what I just said. Yeah, I think Steve at the time he's kind of life changes all the time. He's been through some shit recently. Yeah, I'm not going to speak on it because I don't know what I can speak on or what not.
Well, it's his place to say,
it's his
right?
Thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like he finds it a lot tougher than I guess I do.
Yeah.
Because his partner works full time and she's a manager at a supermarket, so she hasn't got like a very. It's not a go home, stay home job.
No.
It's a if shit hits the fan, you kind of get called sometimes.
Yeah.
So they kind of, I think they have some sort of symbiotic thing where they both work.
Yeah.
So I think it's a little bit tougher for him to find that time.
Yeah.
Like we're meant to link up after this, and he messaged me just before, like, I don't think I can make it tonight. And I was like, no worries, bro.
That's all good.
I'm keen to do league work for us.
Yeah.
And you can jump in when you can. So
yeah, nice.
But what brought it all back together, was just that idea that OBC. It's literally OBC never dies.
No,
it looks dead.
Does that make you guys the cockroach of hip hop?
Oh, bro.
I was about to say heavy metal,
much.
But yeah.
No, not heavy metal.
No, not at all.
But yeah, I guess so. It's probably an apt description.
But the cool thing is, you guys, when did you release Crate?
So March last year.
Okay. And we're recording this like the last couple of days of Jan 26, right?
Yeah.
But you guys have got another EP that's sort of in the works, right?
So I can tell you all the shit that kind of happened up to then in a TLDR.
Okay.
So we started 2025 because the plan goes back to 2025.
Yeah.
I don't mind bearing all. It's not boring. It's just how it goes.
Yeah.
But the plan was to get 4 EPs done last year.
Yes, it was.
So we got the first one out in March, and we were like, "Fuck, we're in we're actually hustling now."
Yeah. So was it like once a quarter?
We were trying to do quarterly EPs or quarterly. It's technically singles from what I've read. What we're doing is singles, and then there's like they're piggybacking tracks. Like it's very old school mentality, but it's in the digital era, so it's kind of our new way of doing things.
Yeah.
But then in April last year, my brother passed away.
Yeah.
In an unfortunate circumstance. He took his own life, and that really obviously fucked me up,
Yeah.
and it blew apart my side of the family in such a way that nothing clicked anymore for a while.
Yeah.
You
guys weren't vibing, you weren't gelling, right?
Oh shit, no.
Yeah.
And that's to be expected. They say death makes or breaks a family, but that kind of death really... I don't want to go into too much, but there's we don't know the reason why he did it. There's no, hey, I did it because of this. It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
He wasn't the most open person to begin with.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it really rocked us all. And it took the inspiration away for sure.
Look, I think whenever you have a life event like that, it kind of just sucks all of the oxygen out of what's going on. Yep. And so you have to become very insular. You have to become very focused on the immediate people around you. Yeah, absolutely. You have to go underground.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I ended up doing.
Yeah.
Around the same time, Steve's kind of a private person, so I don't really know the exact family connection, but his partner's mother died,
right,
and he had to take off to Samoa for a month.
Yes.
So that really blew the whole plan apart.
Yeah.
We managed to get out a music video for Vibing, and it was shortly after that, so that everything kind of turned to shit. So this time we'd like this is the whole thing about taking it easy on ourselves is like in the past we've just quit because it's just where we're at.
Too hard.
But this time it was like, hey, let's just chill. Don't worry about the plan.
Yep.
Go away and heal.
Yeah.
And figure it all out, and we'll come back. And we kind of have got our shit together. It's been a bit slower this time. getting back to that motivation that we had beginning of last year. But I think we're slowly getting there. I'm going to dox Steve, but it's taken him like 3 months to record his last verse for a song called Apartments.
Okay.
So there's been some roadblocks. Some of them have just been pure procrastination.
Yes.
But there's also a lot going on. So as I say, we're taking it easy on each other and taking it easy on ourselves to just get the shit done.
Yeah, and I think that's the important thing, when you're an artist of any description and there's the loss of a loved one who's incredibly close, at a, let's say at a level of like Drake or Jay-Z or J. Cole or anyone like that, there is a certain amount of expectation to kind of carry on as best as you can, right? Yeah, because you might have
momentum
a tour.
Is everything.
Yeah, because you might have a tour lined up and you've got like tickets sold and you've got all these people that have got these massive amount of expectations. But when you're an internet artist and you kind of have that luxury to be able to stop and start and stuff like that.
You've got that luxury of having a massive presence already.
Yeah.
You don't need the momentum to keep that up. Like I can't imagine J. Cole could probably go live in somewhere and not tell anyone for 4 years and come back and still release the best album of all time.
That would be like Andre 3000 though, right?
Yeah, except not a flute album.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, right? If Andre and Big Boy got back together and did an Outcast album, it would be like they never left.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, I guess, our reasoning for OBC is like why stop? Why
you don't have to.
We've honestly talked about going our own separate ways.
Yeah.
We've talked about rebranding.
Yeah.
We've talked about creating sub-crews. We've talked about creating new crews.
Yeah.
And it just never pans out like OBC does. OBC has it's like its own entity. Like it's really weird. I don't know how it keeps coming.
Now I think I talked about this last time. OBC is very much like Wu-Tang. As people can go off and do their own thing and they can come back and they can
for sure.
be collaborative and you work at your own time frame and your own schedule, wherever it suits, right? I mean, it's not like Wu-Tang are prolific album creators or tourers.
No. And they did a bunch of other things. Like, didn't RZA and Jizza go and study astrophysics and shit? And
RZA went and became an actor and then was a director.
Yeah. I think
and then
one of
started
them,
scoring
they did some out
movies.
Of it shit.
Yeah. But that works for some people and for others not so much.
Yeah. Well, I honestly can't say it's worked. Because if you're talking about the social media age, it definitely doesn't work.
Yeah, but I will say it does work. And I'll challenge that because if it didn't work, you guys wouldn't be coming back together.
No.
And you are.
No.
It's just
I feel like it's more a loyalty thing. I'm not saying I'm standing around flogging a dead horse. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
What I'm saying is it's its own beast.
Yeah.
And we just get on for the ride when it's opportune.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I like. But in terms of social media, like it really kills our following, doing the way we do things.
Yeah.
Because we're not Wu-Tang. We're not J. Cole.
No.
We don't have that longevity.
Yeah.
I don't know yet, people tell me to say, but
yeah.
Like when we have these lulls,
it
doesn't do us any favors. And we're aware of it.
But I think the important thing to remember is that in an age where news cycles are almost hourly, you could take a day off from posting and you've probably lost more momentum if you were posting that consistently.
Yeah, I find now doing social media, trying to do two reels a week religiously.
Yeah.
Things that I think will go nuts. Well, nuts for us, but and then they get 100 views. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And like, I could have posted something near identical the week before that's got 2,000.
Yeah.
And I don't get that. It's hard to measure. You're getting attacked.
I am. Bloody with flies.
Yeah.
So we're filming this at the end of the July. It's ridiculous. June. It's January. It's ridiculously hot outside. We're sitting in the studio sweating because we've got all the studio lights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, the big thing... I guess the sort of next question is where OBC is at the moment, where does the organism move to next?
That's a tough question because our goals our goals are kind of unconventional.
Right.
Like we're more following a formula than aiming for things.
Yep.
Man, that thing's relentless.
It's just unreal.
This is going to be the best part of the podcast.
It is just me swatting flies the whole time.
I'm going to turn this into a reel.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I say, we're following a plan as opposed to aiming for goals.
Yeah.
That's not to say we don't have goals. We want to get gigging again.
Really?
The town isn't really open to it at the moment, from my experience.
Yeah, okay.
There are some connotations with the word hip-hop.
Yep.
That kind of occur whenever you mention it.
Yep.
But, that's not to say that it's out of reach. We'll get there.
Yeah.
And we're making plans to get there too. But the thing is, we're following a formula. So like I say, those quarterly EPs, we're trying to deliver that. We're trying to get that moving again, but that's what we want to deliver on, and we really need to focus in on that, I think, because I think that building new content will be the key to moving forward.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, we can't just keep, as much as I love Summertime Vibe or whatever, I don't really.
Yeah.
It's when you hear it a million times, sort of thing,
Okay, yeah. I'll again, I'm just going to play devil's advocate for just a moment. If you go to a Rolling Stones concert and they don't play Satisfaction,
yeah, I understand, and we talk about this too.
Yeah.
Like we've
the crowds will fucking riot.
Yeah, because ATAC really hates his verse in Summertime.
Right.
I don't particularly like my verse in Time. I don't like the hook.
Yeah.
People love the hook.
Yep.
I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, we've talked about we have to play those. We know that, but we want to push new stuff.
Yeah.
And so the focus has to be on the new stuff, relying on the fact that we know that content from before.
Yeah.
We know those songs and tracks from before, and if we need to bring them out, it's just in an instant. It's nothing. There's no. Yeah, we don't have everything set in stone, and I guess we're just following that formula, bro.
Northland Artist Conversation proudly supports 1737. 1737 are a free service that you can contact either via phone or text message. They're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. On their website, 1737.org.nz, they say, are you feeling stressed or just need to talk to someone? Are you feeling down or a bit overwhelmed? Do you know someone who is feeling out of sorts? Whatever it is, they're there for you. Free call or free text, anytime, 24 hours a day, and you'll get to talk with a trained counsellor or talk with a peer support worker. Their service is completely free. They offer brief one-on-one counselling support sessions for those people that need it a little bit more than normal. Please do not be afraid to reach out if you need support or if you know someone else that needs support as well. 1737 are a fantastic service, and we here at the Northland Artist Conversation are very, very proud to support what they do. 1737, free text or free call. I guess the big thing, the big question I sort of have is that, Northland Artist Conversation had their 2-year anniversary.
Yes.
And we had that celebration at Roost, and it was the first time you guys had played live in a wee while. Are you guys looking at getting back into the irrespective of the negative connotations that hip hop has?
Yeah.
Does that mean that you guys might open up and pivot? Not like Ross's pivot. Pivot.
Yeah.
But pivot into terms of different singers and artists and rappers and stuff like that. So it can go hip hop, but we're R&B and we're roots and we're
Yeah.
like dub and
I think what you're talking about is like just blending our sound
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be
yeah,
more,
yeah.
I guess, palatable in the place that we are.
yeah. No,
That's sort of been the goal. So
and it's also pandering as well, though.
yeah,
right?
I guess so.
Yeah,
It is. It's
yeah.
changing your sound to suit something. So,
Correct.
So it goes against creativity, I guess.
Yeah.
But where we're different with that is we all can do that.
Yes.
you know what I
can.
mean? Like Steve's produced some banger dub sounding stuff before.
Yeah.
Like we did On the Road back in the day. I showed Iwa, who's in the studio with us,
Taking our
right
photos and looking after the studio. Thank you, sir.
I showed Iwa a song the other day from about 12 years ago called On the Road,
Yeah.
and it's literally a dub song. It's got the whole reggae chuck in it, but it's
Yeah,
all
nice.
synthesized stuff. And
Oh, wow.
you know, I do believe that our sound is more flexible than the most hip hop artists.
You guys, the first podcast you talked about homegrown and you talked
Yeah.
about Tom Scott.
yeah, for sure.
Is it still that way, or are you kind of
Nah, that's the core.
right?
Like we definitely have our attitude.
Yeah.
You're not going to shake that throughout the music, no matter what genre we do. I don't think.
Okay.
Like we've done piss take. I did just as an example. This was a funny story too. I could probably go into it, but
Please do.
me and Steve were at the stew one day. This is back when Ants and Jesse and all that were part of OBC too.
Oh, yep.
Me, Ants, and Steve all lived together. And so one day, I think Ants was out or he was at work or something. Me and Steve got the ukulele out and just randomly recorded this random stupid ukulele song, pure ukulele. I couldn't play ukulele for shit at the time. I'm not too bad now, but
Yeah.
and it was just. I remember the first part of it was not hip hop. It sounded like a jingle.
Oh,
And so
really?
it was like two chords.
Like Somewhere Over the Rainbow?
First, I only really remember the first bit of it. And it went to the dairy, spent all my money on fucking lollies, Coke fucking bottles, skinny ass models, bottles of Moscato. I wrote the Bible, foot to the throttle. Said it, wait, I wish it used to be my favorite song. So we wrote the stupid fucking song. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to put it on SoundCloud. I posted it on SoundCloud. I get like 10 messages from ants. Take that fucking shit down. That's not fucking us. What the fuck are you doing? This is fucking not serious. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he'll own it. We did take it down. It was fucking stupid. But like, you know, so we've attempted everything and anything,
Yeah,
you know,
good.
and we know we can do stupid shit. We can do like really good stuff. You know, we had a band for the best part of 2 years.
Really?
Yeah. We had Takai, the bro George on the drums. Takai was on guitar. We also had a chick drummer too that kind of came and jammed with us, but she never really performed. Natalia. We had Steve on the keys. We had me on the bass when we needed, because that's a pretty simple instrument, and I'm not an instrumentalist at all. I'm purely a vocalist and just an ideas guy, really.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm good behind a camera, so. But yeah, we jammed, and we got a couple gigs out of it. We completely changed the way we play some songs. Steve's still got some recordings of it. I don't know if you know "Let's Get Hungover" in that.
Yes,
I do.
I do
now
know the song,
famous
yeah.
hook because of other songs that money rains on the sky above. So we used that hook.
Yeah.
But we played it with like this. I don't know how to get it across. But it had this real. What genre would it be? It was almost rock. It just went bonk, 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 ba-dum, bonk, bonk, bonk. And we just completely changed the way it was done.
Yeah.
And we did that with a few of our songs, you know. So,
okay.
So that's why I say we're probably the most flexible in terms of hip hop. We're not hip hop stands.
Right.
I definitely am not.
Yeah.
Steve, his background is probably purely hip hop. He does like a bit of dub, from my knowledge.
Yeah.
He's going to go, I don't like fucking dub, but, you know, from my knowledge, he doesn't mind a few other genres. He listens to, like, you know, he samples. So he listens to really old shit.
Yeah, he'll go across.
ATAC's a pure hip hop artist.
Yeah.
That's what he does. Primarily battles.
Yeah.
Like, it's what he loves doing. It's what he thrives. It's where he's really, really good, you know. But the people we've had in OBC over the years have really just changed the flavor, and we've run with what they've got.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't been like, this is how we work. This is what we do. You need to fit this. It's been like, no, what have you got?
Right.
Let's see what we can work with.
Yeah.
You know, and that kind of, I guess, leads into what we're doing now. So
Well, that's a perfect segue.
I talked about the plan, you know.
Yeah, you talked
the plan is those, 3-track EPs quarterly when we can, when it's feasible. And just 2 reels a day, 2 reels a week. Fuck, 2 reels a day. Jesus.
That's relentless.
2 reels a week.
Yeah.
But once we kind of got that flowing, which we kind of have,
yeah.
like I kickstarted it as soon as, I think I kickstarted it late December even, did some throwback stuff just to get the algorithm up.
Yeah,
and
there's been, you've also been posting
throwbacks.
A lot of throwbacks recently as well, right?
Yeah, so tail end of last year, I did a shit ton of study on how social media works, what it prioritizes, what it wants. And so I've applied all of that. I've also changed my mentality about our following because we've been stuck on Facebook at 1.9k followers for probably the best part of 10 years.
Wow.
And part of it is because our Facebook page got hacked and I managed to wrangle it back.
Yes.
I think I talked about that last time.
You did,
I don't know.
yeah. Nah.
So...
Yeah, you might. I think you
got
mentioned
hacked.
it. Yeah.
Someone ran a bunch of ads. I got a bill for $9,000, and I went, "That ain't me. We don't sell shoes." Check the page, and they went, "Oops, sorry," and they got rid of the guy that was doing it.
Yeah.
There was some random guy. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Screwed our algorithm for 2 years. I had to tick a whole bunch of boxes to get us back into an algorithm that works.
Yeah.
I did all that, and then I was still like, "Why the fuck are we not?" And it's purely because our Facebook page is nearly 20 years old.
Yeah.
It's
not fresh.
Yeah.
Not popping.
And like a part of my research was like, you don't need 2,000 followers. You need 100 followers.
Yep.
You need 100 followers that follow and like your shit. You can have 10,000 numbers.
Yep.
But the 100 followers is what counts. And so that's been my focus. And it kind of gave me a shiver down my spine recently because I had a random message us and go, "Who are you?" Because you're all over my algorithm.
Really?
Yeah, that was like 2 days ago. And I've never met this dude.
Yeah.
Never met this dude. He is a local.
Yeah.
I won't mention names because I don't want to.
No.
But like, he just out of the blue, he started commenting on our stuff, and I was like, cool. And he's like, but yeah, who really are you? How long have you been doing this? And because I said to him, he commented on something recently, and he said, was this yesterday? And I said, no, that was like 8 years ago.
Oh my God.
And so he then messaged us like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? He's like, how have you guys been doing this for so long? And you're kind of stuck
there.
And I'm like,
it's
not about
now.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So seeing it work is kind of a kick.
Yep.
And knowing that it is that 100 followers that you need, because if you follow back, because I watch likes. I kind of, this is why I don't like social media, is I hold myself to it. I watch the fucking numbers roll in. I'm like,
oh my God.
I'm terrible, right?
Yeah.
But it's also important. You have to keep track of who's watching your shit. Like I always post up, like, I don't know if anyone knows this. Ewa saw this, but Auntie Microwave. Have you heard of Auntie Microwave?
No.
So I believe she's from Whangarei. She's not big, but she's quite big on TikTok.
Right, okay.
She's got 80-something thousand likes and stuff,
Yeah.
And she just randomly starts posting on our stuff. And I'm like, how did you find us?
What?
I've seen her once on my feed and been like, wow. This person's really social media'd.
It's funny how making small changes can have such a big benefit. The feedback we were getting from some listeners and viewers last year was like, look, you guys are good, you're consistent, you do all the regular things, which is nice, but you kind of slip down the algorithm. Maybe you should consider doing a change. Which prompted the Reels. And sort of moving to, doing a podcast, like a full-length podcast once a month, but just building up the Reels. Yeah. I did what you did. I had a look at our actual podcast numbers, and I saw a huge spike, and I was like, well, how does this make sense? It went from like 15, 20, 30... 210. Yeah. And I was like, what the hell is
Posted
just
a reel?
Yeah, it was a reel.
So it's mind-blowing because I thought YouTube was like its own beast.
Yeah.
Right? I have avoided YouTube like the plague purely because I know...
Not so much. No, we can't really do that here.
I know. I watch it. No, but I'm talking in terms of putting stuff onto YouTube.
Yeah.
Because I know how much it requires you to work for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been like... pleasantly surprised because end of December we had I think 60-something likes, 60-something subs, and now we have 120.
Wow!
And that's two reels a week.
Yeah.
you know, and it's all old shit. It's all the shit I was posting last year that I avoided posting on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
So it really helped it. But the comments on YouTube are terrible. They are terrible. They're all critique.
Yeah.
They're all you suck.
Yeah.
And I just reply with the most positive vibes I can.
Yeah.
I love it. Because you know me, I like it when people are rattling off. They're at their fucking worst. And I'm like, poke the bear, poke the bear, poke the bear.
Yes.
So
you do have antagonistic tendencies.
So yeah, like I think this one guy was like, I like the beat, but the flows need work and the writing needs work. And I was like, oh, thank you, man. I really appreciate you, with a love heart. Because I'm one of those. I realize that Facebook, social media, all of that shit requires you to reply.
Yes.
You want to get anywhere, you have to engage yourself.
You do. Engagement levels have
to
be high.
So yeah, I've just been replying to anything.
Yeah.
Everyone that I see, I reply either immediately or later on in the day, depending on if I'm working. You know. So yeah, it is a grind, but it's the grind that I've chosen to take.
Yeah.
And so on the flip side of that, I keep putting pressure on ATAC and Steve to produce.
Yeah.
Go, where's this and where's that?
Yeah.
Put up fucking 4 reels in the last 2 weeks. Where's your shit? Nah.
Yeah.
I'm not like that at all, but I'm like, bro, can we please get apartments? We really want to release this next EP and yeah. So yeah, everything's a grind. It's just you got to pick your battles and pick what you do. Yeah.
Okay, so then with OBC kind of hopefully trying to pick itself back up, what else are you sort of doing creatively?
Yeah.
That is, I guess, like a little bit exciting, a little bit different. You know, what are you sort of thinking creatively? Because I music's not your only thing.
No.
It's not your only outlet. It's probably it's one of the two main ones.
No, well, I think also splitting up your creativity, particularly for me, really helps. Like I do a lot of work on this.
Yeah.
I do editing. I'm behind the scenes most of the time.
You are.
You know, then I do all my OBC shit. And then like we also shoot music videos. Like we do a lot of work with Tihei. We got work coming up with him.
We do.
And he's an impressive artist. His following is his following is the definition of 100 good followers.
Yeah.
You know, he has a really community-based following. He's well known throughout all the markets.
He
knows his niche and he's just pimped it.
Yeah.
And his numbers are insane.
He is so impressive to watch.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he doesn't try.
No.
He just does.
It's purely what he does.
And he does it really well.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking with someone in Whangarei just before I went on holiday, my Christmas holiday, and it's like hopefully going to be doing a music video. Oh, and the person asked me who with, and I said, this rapper up north, and he's on the spectrum, and they were like, oh, Tihei. It's like,
yeah.
How do you know this person? Yeah. Like I get, like they're not hip hop related, they're not music centric or anything, but they know him.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy cow, that's amazing.
Yeah. No, he's got a very dedicated fan base.
He does.
You read any of the comments, they know something about him. They're sharing a story. They're not just going, I love your music, Tihei.
Yeah.
They're going, bro, I saw you at this, and you were doing this, and you remembered this about me,
absolutely.
and I really appreciated that. Every single comment he gets.
Yeah.
You know, that's incredible. And that's kind of the model that I'm kind of trying to build with the replies to everything. Like, I appreciate you. People ask us if we can collab. People ask us if we want beats. You know, we're a lot slower than them, and I think that pisses a lot of people off.
Yeah.
The way we move is very at our own
sloth-like.
pace. Yeah. But you know, we do make attempts to collab.
Yeah.
We do make attempts to reach out and keep the conversations flowing. Like we've had connects with Hoodie Time in the past. You know, there's a lot of people around the country that we've actually connected with. Double G and the In My Own Lane stuff in Wellington. I travelled down via bus, and I will never do that again, to Wellington to do it.
Yeah.
And that was mind-blowing because I'd only ever gigged in Auckland and Whangarei.
Yeah.
Seeing Wellington, these 4 big African dudes walked in.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, how are they going to react to my shit?
Right.
By the end of the second song I started, like, it had a sung hook.
Yeah.
They were singing the hook back to me.
Wow.
And I could hear them from the back of the room, bro.
Yeah.
And it just shivers up my spine. I was like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah,
like,
it's a really different beast
awesome,
when you tour.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Because each city has just got its own different vibe.
I remember...
and I haven't even gone many places.
No.
So I notice it.
I remember when I was in the band, in my band, and we did a South Island one, we were told, like, we did Dunedin and Christchurch. Christchurch was different because the main band that were headlining were a Christchurch band. It was also, I think, the drummer's birthday. So it was always going to be big and a bit of a celebration. But we were told that Dunedin was going to be a bit hit or miss. And it was like, well, I mean, we've, you know, and we paid for flights, accommodation, travel, all that sort of stuff. Like, we, as a band, we would put money together into a collective account. And so we would tour. When we played to Dunedin, we were shocked by just how many people were there.
Truth.
And it was just like, oh, we've been fans of you guys for ages. Like, how? We've got one album that we sell at shows. This is our first time down here.
Yeah, because different age, There's no Spotify, no nothing.
Correct.
You're physically moving your music.
That's it. And, you know, how I remember the night is we were playing our second to last song, and some dude got pushed up on stage, and he was trying to, like, protect himself, and he came along and, like, clotheslined my knee and just talked it. The funny thing is there's actually, I don't know if it's still there, it's either a video on YouTube or Facebook. There's a video of me where that actually happens, and you see me popping up, and I'm still performing, but I'm, like, grabbing my knee.
Yeah, like, and why did you do this?
And this guy was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I think one of the comments was like, I did that to the singer.
And then you were like, oh, that's your name.
Well, that's right. You know, Donkey Dick 27. Because, you know, you can make up your own names, right?
Stick. Yeah. Anyway.
But touring New Zealand is a completely different beast, which leads me into the next thing. There's one thing you haven't mentioned, which is actually incredibly exciting. You're going to start collaborating a lot this year.
Yeah. I was leading into that, but I digressed.
You did digest. So talk about that.
So there's a few little initiatives, like, immediately after this podcast, I'm heading down to Beer and Loathing to go and check out their jam night. I complain a lot about our city, but I don't do fuck all to change it. You know.
That's correct.
My idea of this year is to just brute force my way in. In a way, I guess. I'm not going to be like, I'm here, fucking da 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 da. I'm just going to keep going. Who's that? What do they do? Who's that? What do they do? Who's that? What do they do? And just manic network. One of the methods, we used to do Resolute Music Collective.
You did,
Some people might have seen it on Facebook. It wasn't really very well pushed. It was a bit naively pushed by me. I didn't really know social media that well at the time. It had changed on me is what had happened. But that was basically a big jam night, and that was all the idea was. But it grew into, like, you know, Ryan Karaka came along, Tegan Downs came along, and those two wrote song after song after song. And from that, we even sampled the back ends of their guitar licks and stuff, you know. We had this guy Dre come up. The song Jet Ski Flex, which is coming out, I believe is a sample of one of the things he laid at that jam session.
Oh, wow.
And so it was very easy to convince Steve this time that a jam sesh would work, but it's got a bit more intent, a bit more focus, and it's got end goals. But the purpose of it is pure jam. Once again, there's like 3 rules. Bring something, bring like an idea, you know, an instrument. Don't just turn up and just stand around. That looks fucking awkward. Not that there was anyone that did that. It's just, I don't want that. If you turn up, like if this goes out to the public and stuff, and you turn up to our jam sesh and you just stand around, you're going to prepare to learn how to use a camera pretty much. Because the idea too is to piggyback a lot of content off it. To drive a lot of content for OBC and Ryan Karaka, but also to help get into that community. Like I hit up Charmel. I don't know if I'm doxing her with this, but she wants, it was just an opportune moment for me to hit her up. I was like, hey, we're starting a jam sesh. It's going to be focused around OBC and Ryan. I said, but the idea is if you come along and you've got ideas or you want to learn something, you can piggyback off us too, you know? And it's purely to just collaborate and to build a new community for it. And she hit me back like it's actually the perfect timing because I've been really wanting to get back into my hip hop and R&B roots.
Wow.
So I was blown away by that. So, you know, I got a good feeling about this one. It worked out last time. It just wasn't as focused as this lot's going to be. Like we've got a plan. We've got a date to kind of start and stuff. I will be approaching people first. To build that kind of foundation, and then it might open up a little bit. So it'll be somewhat private. And that's only so that we can keep that control and no one comes in and feels like they're getting left out, or it isn't for them and just stays around because of obligation and stuff. Like, there's no obligation to show up. No. That's the thing. You're going to get out what you put in.
But if you show up, be prepared to put the work in.
Of course. Don't show up with nothing.
Yeah.
That's just kind of our thing. Like, I might write a verse for an open mic, for a jam sesh. Yeah. You know? Or I might write a hook for a jam session that I've written on my uke that a guitar player might be able to play, that a bass player might be able to further develop, you know?
Yeah.
It's focused to build content for OBC and Ryan Karaka. Like, don't get me wrong. But it is designed in such a way that it lifts everyone. Because the mantra of Resolute was to raise the floor.
Yeah.
You know, to lift everyone at once and kind of put that spotlight on people who wanted it.
Yeah.
And help them develop as artists. That's kind of the focus again.
Yeah, that's an insanely cool idea, and I think you've probably got better resources this time to be able to do it as well.
Oh, definitely.
Which is great.
Shit, yeah.
That's man, it really sounds like 26 might be the year that OBC sort of makes.
I thought 25 was. I'm not saying 2026.
Let's just say that it could be a year that stuff happens.
Yeah, well,
whatever stuff that looks like.
To be fair, touch wood, I'm really optimistic.
Yeah,
and low-key, I think Steve is too. He's going through a bit right now, but low-key, I think he is too.
Yep.
ATAC's pretty keen to keep producing, to keep recording, to keep making music, you know, like he does. But he's in Auckland. So we've made a few plans that don't include him, just so that everything keeps momentum nicely. Yeah. I mean, if we record, because the plan is to record scratch takes of these jam sessions and stuff, so he'll end up with that too. He'll be making his own beats out of it. You know, it's gonna be a nice collaborative mishmash. Yeah. So regardless of if you're in the town or not, you know, it's kind of going to be good for all of us.
And even though ATAC isn't here, he works off the same software base and sample packs that
we're all wired into the same
Steve
stuff
does.
now.
Yeah, which is nice.
It's a really good ecosystem to create.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Dude, thank you so much for coming in and sitting down with us. This has been legendary. I'm looking forward to figuring out where things go and then catching up in a year or two and getting the update, man. That's very cool. So, thanks very much for... Cheer, bro.
Montez.
Meanage.
Butty. Yeah. You manus.
Manus. Supermanus.
Supanje babu. That's an inside joke.
There you go, everyone. Andrew McKenzie being at his absolute fucking legendary finest. It's so cool. He's a guy that just has a lot going on, and he's always creative, and not just in like one discipline, but like in multiple disciplines as well. It's just it's so cool. Now Andrew normally drives the podcast, and today we've been joined by our new recruit Iwa, who's kind of been looking after bits and pieces tonight, like making sure all the monitoring's been done and like keeping track of things as well. So shot to Iwa. So Andrew's been in the chair. Andrew's moved from the chair back to behind the computer, purely because he doesn't trust Iwa. So I'm going to go to my camera. Look, I would normally invite whoever's driving the podcast to sort of talk about what they got the most out of it. But I'm not going to ask Andrew to reflect on what the thing he thought the most important was or was the most interesting about his own life. I will say this, though. Probably the most interesting thing that I found out about Andrew, and I could say something like, I'm still surprised someone wants to marry him. I'm not going to say that. I think the thing I still found the most interesting was that through the challenges and adversity that he went through, he would still show up. You know, he would still come and do the podcast, and he would record when he had motivation and time. But he also did the responsible thing. When you know you have losses like that in your life that are huge and impactful, to me that's the mark of a stellar human being. So with all sincerity, shot. That's very cool. So where can you, the wonderful audience, find us? Well, I'm going to quickly rattle through it all now. So for the visuals, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all Northland Artist Conversation. For the audio, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube Podcasts. Actually, there's a whole bunch of others out there that I keep finding, and I'm just like, oh, this is cool. Yeah, just anywhere. Again, all Northland Artist Conversation. But the easiest way, and I said it at the start, the easiest way to find us is to just open up your web browser of choice, whether it be like Internet Explorer is not a thing anymore. Edge or Chrome or Google or Netscape. Or any of those sorts of browsers, Opera, DuckDuckGo, or anything, or Firefox. Just look, type in Northland Artists Conversation. You'll find us. You can either watch us or listen to us, however you choose to consume your podcasts. Man, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Just find us there and it'll be all good. And if you want to be on the podcast, we would love to have you. Just email hello@northlandartistconversation.co.nz and someone will be in touch. It's wicked. It's very cool. This new format seems to be working out very, very well for us thus far. And a flick to the wide, we've had a really strong 2026 start, and we're loving the momentum. We're going to keep it going. We're going to make sure that we keep delivering the same awesome content that we have for you guys. In fact, we're only going to keep doing it better. So on behalf of the team that look after all the Northern Artist Conversation, Editor Lee, Producer Steve, and, Andrew, thanks very much for joining us on the Northern Artist Conversation. My name is Mark Kelly. We will see you guys real soon.